here, so it's a good time.
Hey, Dr. Crane, how are you, pal?
I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, Dr. Crane is a delight to watch on these trips
He is.
because he is making connections
Yep.
and
So
just
for those who watch the Love Boat, he is Gopher. He makes everybody happy, takes care of everybody, has a good time, and he's the best. Take another picture. We'll wave at you there. Oh, nice crowd here at Bar Lions. Yeah, buddy.
How you doing?
Where y'all from? Parts unknown. Love it. So yeah, we're excited. So we're back in America's Music City.
Yeah, we are, but we're excited to be here and continue the wonderful sports discussion of Nashville teams. So the Predators are in Sweden. They've been practicing. They'll play tomorrow, so they'll be on during our show. So right after Next Man Up with Jake at noon will be Predators pregame with Max Hers, and then they'll play the first game against Pittsburgh in Sweden.
Oh, okay. I like that. Good luck to the Predators tomorrow in Sweden to get it done.
Yep. And then Jake got here and was like, so you guys going to the Titans game this week?
No. God, and we should be going to that.
Couldn't pay me to go this weekend. I'm just exhausted. So that is a no.
Well, it's not that. It's that they're terrible. And I don't want to see a really bad football team play on Sunday. I don't want to see that. In person, anyway. I don't want to see that. And there's no telling what happens on this Sunday when the Texans come to town. And Texans are getting better, but Titans are regressing. This could be a long day if you're a Titans fan. God bless Titans fans who go over there on Sunday and put up with this football team.
Yep. No, I mean, look, and they're getting some guys back. I was listening to Jake and TD talk about it on the way here to Omni. I hope that there is, kind of a drive towards the end of the year, and maybe they'll pop off a couple of wins. I mean, yeah, they need draft picks, and we can sit here and talk about having the number one pick again. That's fine. But I think this team needs to see progress from Cam Ward, progress from some of the other young players. I'm really excited about a Kevin Winston Jr. being in there and what he can do. So if they can get some positive growth in the second half of the season, that's not a bad thing. But I just don't think they have a lot for people to be excited about.
I'm not buying into that, no offense, because remember, like Rasheed Wallace 2 years ago had a couple good games there at the end and building blocks. No, I mean, if you're good, you would have started and played a long time ago. Finish strong. I'm telling you, you still got to break this football team down to the studs and build it back up. We were laughing down at Key West. They were remodeling all these houses, and they took everything out, and it's just bare. I'm like, that's what the Titans need to do and everything. This season's a wash. You might find one or two nice apples in the mix, but over that, man, it's a wash. I mean, some guys have checked out, but as Chris Sanders tells us, man, you're still playing pro football. You have an opportunity to have a nice career here, so put everything you can to do it and get it done. I don't know if they have the talent to do any of that, so we'll see how they take on the Texans on Sunday, because it could be, I mean, you're 1-8. My goodness. And it's funny, we talk to people in Florida, like, oh, yeah, you're Titans fans. Like, wow, we hope they do well. And they're like, we know you're paying with the Dolphins. So like, not a little bit worse than the Dolphins. Thank you than that. You guys have won a few games. We only won one up here.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes this weekend. I mean, I don't think Houston's very good either, but they're coming off a big emotional win. So my guess is they come in here and take care of business with the Titans. But it was funny. Jake also said, I wish they could flex out, which I think they did add flexing for Thursday, but they've never done it. Jets at Patriots tonight. So can Vrabel and company make it 8 in a row?
Yeah, why not? I mean, the Jets are terrible, but again, we've seen ball games before. Like, did you think the Dolphins were going to beat the Bills the way they did last Sunday? Nobody saw that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can be cocky and all that with the Patriots, think they're going to win again. But, I mean, these are games where I would not be surprised if the Jets beat them, put it that way.
I mean, it's a Thursday night. So.
It is a Thursday night.
I mean, weird things happen. So, I don't know.
All right, you ready for the question of the day?
Please. The less I have to talk.
Y'all good. Our question of the day,
I'm tired of
it's
talking.
one we did a year ago, but we want to know it. What's the best, worst hangover you've ever had in your life? The best, worst hangover you've ever had in your we do
I'm
not
not
have
hungover. I'm just tired.
just tired.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that we talk to have done. I'm just curious throughout what's the best one and what made that hangover happen. Were you celebrating something? Were you a victory, a divorce, something? What was it?
Here's what I am. So I'm tired. I'm grumpy. I'm hungry. Like I didn't get here in time to eat.
All the signs
so
of a hangover.
it's not. It's not. But what I'm tired of is like, when you get back from vacation, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're back. Hey, I need your help with this." And it's all stuff that they could do. They just want to bother you.
That's called corporate world.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel. So
what is the worst?
So
hangover?
Dr. Crane, stop bugging me about stupid stuff. And I'm just kidding.
What's the worst you've ever had?
New Orleans. First and only time in New Orleans. I went down for WrestleMania with our buddy Jeremy Benefield. And
Wait, that was your first time in New Orleans?
Yeah. We went on Bourbon Street.
Oh my gosh.
I got a hurricane and I never looked back. I had something called a hand grenade, which blew up in my head. So
is that a drink, a hand grenade?
Yes. It's like 4 different types of liquor. I woke up the next morning and wanted to die. Like I was like, please, just end me right now.
I've never heard of a hand grenade.
My head was pounding. I think I took like 6 Advil. That didn't work. I was just hanging over the toilet. Like it was awful.
Oh, I love it. That's good. Yeah. We all have had those. I had on spring break, one of my 9 spring breaks. I never had Bacardi 151 before. And they say, hey, take this. I'm like, oh, it's good. And before he gave it to me, he lit it on fire. And I'm thinking, this is not going to be good for me. And, of course, my stupid butt drinks that. I'm like 3 more. I'm like, I'm feeling great. Hour later, I'm face down in the middle of Daytona Beach for hours. To wake me up, true story, that put me in the back of this guy's pickup truck. I got pictures, and drove me through a car wash. And I didn't wake up. Then they drove me through the second time, and I finally woke up. And I was like, what am I doing here? So those are things that we've all gone through it. But it's better when you do a celebration. Those are much better for things that the next day you're like, oh, man, I don't feel terrible. But here's why I feel terrible, because the Eagles won the Super Bowl, or, the Preds made it to the Stanley Cup. Just something crazy like that makes you feel good.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line. Driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. 4704 says, is the rumor true that you guys are staying in Key West permanently and doing the show from there? No, I wish.
We wish they were, but no, they're not.
I wish.
Do all those, as well.
We're here. We're back.
That's all right, man. Be glad it happened. What's the Dr. Seuss thing? Don't be glad because it ended. Be glad because it happened.
Yeah, whatever.
You got to talk about it and get it done, man.
Whatever. And then, of course, at noon, it's like, oh, let's bother Chase now. So, this is just where we are today. We're Grinches today.
I'm
Scrooges.
I'm excited to be here now, man. I'm fired up, man. Today's a beautiful day for things. We got football this weekend. You got a big game up down in Athens. We talked about it yesterday. There's a big game down in Tuscaloosa this weekend who Vanderbilt fans need to pay attention to if they're going on. And I think it's really, really good that these 2 games this weekend are focused on indirectly Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they are. They have big implications when it comes to Vanderbilt. So that is true. By the way, our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill. Your Aries Tactical. Check them out at ariestactical.com. So you can your best worst hangover.
Yep.
615-737-1025 is how you can weigh in on that throughout the show. Again, we're live today at the Omni Nashville Hotel. We'll talk about some of those games and implications coming up next. Chase and Big Joe here on 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines.
Of course, my derelict friends are all weighing in. Dale said the Saturday before the Super Bowl in Atlanta, we wouldn't have had a good time. Expect our Titans to win. The next day, they didn't, and we felt the after effects of that during the football game, the Super Bowl. Good times. Why don't you get drunk before the Super Bowl on a Saturday night?
I don't know.
Seems that would be it. Our question today is the worst, best hangover that you've ever had in your life. You've all had one at least once that you've done and you regret, and that's one of them right there. So another one, spring break. Thomas, spring break 1999 in Daytona Beach. Let's just say I can't talk about it. It was the worst.
Those are the best.
All right, Thomas. Thank you, pal.
3457 New Smyrna, Florida Speed Weeks in February, closing Daytona Strip down, getting up at 8, going back to the track and winning the whole thing 2 years running. That's impressive.
Nice. Well done on that.
Harriman Henry, this should be good.
Oh, yeah.
My best worst hangover will come after the Predators win the Stanley Cup if I'm not dead before then. Although last year celebrated the Super Bowl at brotherly love, as my wife and many other people would put it. I was vertically challenged, got so hammered that I took the owner's wife's coat by mistake. She was texting us at midnight, raising 10 kinds of hell about it.
By mistake, yeah. Sure, buddy.
9040, best worst hangover. Preds eliminate Red Wings from the playoffs. Ended up drinking all night with Pekka, Shea Weber, Patrick Hornquist, Hal, and Goose at Red Door in Midtown. They had to go to work the next morning. They didn't. Brutal, but worth it.
That was, what, 2012?
That
was?
13 or 14. No, yeah, you're right. 12. I think it was. Yeah, because the next year was. No, I was already at the station, I think, when they did that.
I just thought it was 12.
Maybe it was 12.
I left TV, and there's that iconic picture of Weber shaking hands with, I forget what Red Wing it is on the handshake line.
It is Lidstrom.
Yeah. That's a great picture, man. Really cool.
1847, Monday after a fall week in Talladega.
Oh.
Talladega will get you. That is for sure. So we're kind of watching the coaching carousel because it's going to get interesting with college football.
All right, so here's the coaching. All right, so here it is. So rumor has it now Auburn wants John Sumrall. And you'll hear these every day about this and that. And now there's this, like Arkansas now is looking at James Franklin, allegedly. So now you've got a race. If Arkansas wanted John Sumrall, they've got to make him I'm saying hypothetical. You got to make these offers quickly. But once one of these big coaches commits wherever they go, then these dominoes fall fast. Like if Kiffin goes to Gainesville, who goes to Ole Miss? If Kiffin doesn't go to Gainesville, who goes to Gainesville? Who goes to Baton Rouge? Who goes to Fayetteville? Who goes to Blacksburg? Who goes to UCLA? It goes on and on and on. So if Auburn really wants Sumrall, they need to go out and get him. Here's the problem. He's coaching right now.
Yeah.
For at least another 2 to 3 weeks.
I mean, none of this will happen. I mean, it could happen once you get into bowl season. Like once the regular season's done, then I think you're going to start to see a lot of chips fall because more jobs are going to open. I think we all agree Florida State's going to open. That's a big one.
I don't know. There's a big payout there. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I thought he'd be fired by now.
Well, I don't see how it can't. Does Tony Elliott does he move from Virginia? Is he one?
Maybe he likes Virginia. Maybe he wants to be up there.
So that's interesting. I don't know, man. I think Summerall is going to be a big chip to watch. I think Lane ultimately stays in Oxford. I think we keep doing this song and dance every year, and we all kind of buy into it. But I think
here's the interesting part about this. The college football transfer portal opened for a single annual window on January the 2nd, closed on January the 16th. The 15-day window is a new rule for the 2026 season, which eliminates a separate spring transfer period. Exceptions are made for players participating in the national championship game who will get a 5-day window after their season ends, and for players affected by head coaching change. Again, opens January the 2nd, ends January the 16th. That's the one single window for the year. Previously, graduate transfers had a separate window, but this is now included within the main January window. And interesting.
So it's a true free agency.
Yeah. Coaching changes, exceptions to the January window. Players on teams that have a head coaching change will have a 15-day window to enter the portal, which starts 5 days after the new coach is hired or announced. Say it again. Players on teams that have a head coaching change will have a 15-day window to enter the portal, which starts 5 days after the new coach is hired or announced. So if Summerall leaves Tulane and goes to Auburn, well, there's a chance he's going to take some players with him. So the new coach coming to Tulane, whoever that is going to bring players from where he was. I mean, last year when Charles Huff went from Marshall to Southern Miss, hell, he took half the team with him.
Yeah.
So many people left that Marshall couldn't play in the bowl game.
Right.
And they got fined.
Yeah.
Which I think is not fair at all. But this,
no, but that also made them move this window.
Yeah, this is what they created for all this. So don't be mad at the players for doing this. This is what's come out of this. But when the first domino goes, watch everything happen after that because it's going to be something to see. And I think right now Lane Kiffin's the one everybody's looking at. If he takes the Florida job, which I don't, why would you? You got it. You have it made in Oxford. But he says all the right things, then coaches leave.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you got it made down there. You're
I
9
think he's
and 1
gonna
and rolling.
I think he's gonna stay.
It'd be great. It would be really good for Mississippi. Lane Kiffin says, I'm here forever. And then you got yourself your coach, and he recruits well, and he does the portal well, and everything's good. But I just, the LSU job, the Gainesville job, and now, I mean, James Franklin in Arkansas, I don't think that works. I think his ego is too big to go to Fayetteville.
LSU makes sense for him. Florida makes sense for him.
LSU makes a lot of sense for him.
Yeah.
The guy won. We can't stand him because we had personal reasons, but he won a lot of football games at Penn State.
He did.
Won a lot of games.
His thing is he couldn't win the big one. Yeah. And who knows if he can. I don't know if you thought this, but when he took that job at Penn State, I was like, he's going to win at least one national championship.
I didn't think he'd win that. I thought he would win more Big Ten titles, and I think he only won one Big Ten title when he was there.
Yeah, you're right. That 1 year that it was like a great game. They beat Ohio State.
And they went to the Rose Bowl and played Adoree Jackson at USC. So, but he wins games. And if you're Arkansas, why not take a flyer? I mean, Arkansas fans, would you want James Franklin? I don't know.
So this is an article with CBS that was done November 6th that says, meet the candidates, 88 of them, the only list you need for college football's wildest coaching carousel. Nearly 40 FBS jobs are expected to be open this cycle.
40?
Yeah.
It's like a third of them. Good.
So they have different categories.
All right.
The belle of the ball is Lane Kiffin. It's been quite the journey for Kiffin, who's gone from hated in Knoxville, fired on a tarmac in Los Angeles, to the most popular coaching candidate in the most complicated coaching cycle in college football history. And it just kind of goes through, what the pros and cons of him leaving Oxford. The moonshots. Will they listen? Marcus Freeman with Notre Dame, Mike Elko with Texas A&M, Dabo Swinney with Clemson. I don't think he leaves Clemson.
Wait, Mike Elko? They have Mike Elko on that list.
Well, they're called the moonshots, like long shot. Will they listen?
I wouldn't waste my time with Elko. He's doing great at A&M. I don't think he'd ever leave that place. I mean, not now.
Champs who want back in the game. John Gruden, Jimbo Fisher, Ed Orgeron.
Oh, Eddie O, man. You won the title in 19 at LSU. I'm not sure you recruited him. You got him there. But your time at Ole Miss was bad. I don't.
I think Orgeron could get a job. It just won't be a big job. The group of six's best. John Summerall at Tulane, Alex Golish with South Florida, Eric Morris at North Texas, Ryan Silverfield at Memphis, G.J. Kinney at Texas State, Jeff Traylor at UTSA, Tyson Helton at Western Kentucky, Jason Eck at New Mexico, and Ryan Beard at Missouri State.
All right. Give me again.
Summerall.
All right.
Golish.
He's gone.
Eric Morris.
Eric Morris coached Cam Ward at Incarnate Word. He's
Yeah.
gone.
Ryan Silverfield.
He's definitely gone.
Kenny at Texas State.
They're,
GJ Kenny.
they're going Pac-12 next year. I would stay there if I'm him.
Jeff Traylor at UTSA.
Yep.
I'm surprised he's still there. Tyson Helton at Western.
There's another one. All he does is win up there. We'll see him Saturday.
Jason Eck at New Mexico.
Wow, okay. They've done good.
Ryan Beard, Missouri State.
He's got him. I saw him. They beat MTSU. He's got him bowl eligible, and he did it with a backup quarterback that came in there and won the game. So, yeah, those are good. I like those. But Golich, Silverfield, Sumrall are all be at Power 4 schools next year.
I'll give you some more coming up next, and we'll continue to discuss this because the carousel is fun. 615-737-1025 is Chasing Big Joe live at the Omni, 1025 The Game. Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. We have to stop announcing where we are because Clay found us.
Clay, buddy. Clay's got an open week, man. What are you going to do this week, Clay? Good times.
The basketball team plays, so.
I don't think he's allowed over to the basketball
he's
team
not.
play.
Continuing our discussion on the coaching carousel, and there's a ton of names out there. We've named some of them already. Let's kind of go through that real quick. Obviously, Lane Kiffin's name continues to pop up. Long shots, but would they listen? Marcus Freeman, Mike Elko, Dabo Sweeney. Champs that went back in the game, John Gruden, Jimbo Fisher, Ed Orgeron. The group of six best, John Summerall, Alex Golish, Eric Morris, Ryan Silverfield, G.J. Kinney, Jeff Traylor, Tyson Helton, Jason Eck, Ryan Beard. Now they get to coordinators to know. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Will Stein, the Oregon offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Brian Hartline, the Ohio State offensive coordinator. Shannon Dawson, OC at Miami. Glenn Schumann, the Georgia defensive coordinator. Tim Beck, Vandy's offensive coordinator. Brian Haynes, the Indiana DC. Mike Shanahan, no relation, the Indiana OC. Colin Klein, he's the OC at A&M. Josh Henson, the Purdue OC. Tony White, Florida State defensive coordinator. Drew Cronick, the Navy offensive coordinator. Pep Hamilton, Maryland OC. There's a lot more. Mac Leftwich, the Texas Tech OC. Morgan Scalley, the Utah DC. Kirby Moore, the Missouri offensive coordinator. Buster Faulkner, Georgia Tech offensive coordinator, of course, was at MTSU. Casey Woods, the SMU offensive coordinator. Pete Golding, the DC at Ole Miss. Rashad Samples, he's the Oregon assistant head coach and the running backs coach. Jay Hill, he's the DC at BYU. Aaron Henry, Illinois DC. Dana Holgerson, Nebraska OC, and was the head coach at West Virginia.
And Houston.
Marcus Arroyo, the Arizona State OC, and Brian Harsin, the California OC and former Auburn head coach.
This dude just running names down.
95%
95% of those guys aren't qualified to be a head coach.
But some of these guys on this list will get a job. You know they will. But maybe group of five or group of, whatever.
I think group of five right there. I think, the power. I mean, we know the big runners here for the Power Fours with Summerall, Silverfield should be talked about, Golish at South Florida, and Jimmy Frank will get his job there and all those. I mean, you just see the jobs that are open now. I mean, I don't recall these many big jobs being open at one time. I'm sure there's been a point or two at time, man, but simply the fact of seeing that going on is really, really good if you were a young and up-and-coming coach to do that, because like Summerall at Tulane, he's a Kentucky guy through and through, but that job ain't open. So now you lose your guy that you really want because Stoops has somehow salvaged the season again.
Here are some interesting names, too. In the category they put here is looking for the next Kurt Signetti. I think this name you like. Willie Fritz, the head coach at Houston.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're playing well.
But could he do better at the next level?
Probably. I mean, you'd have more talent, more facilities, more everything. He's got a good job now.
Bob Chesney at James Madison.
Yes.
He's no Kenny Chesney.
He is not no Kenny Chesney. But yeah, that sounds good. Yes.
Let's see. Casey Keeler at Temple.
I have no idea. I've never heard of him. I don't know how Temple's doing this year either.
Here's a name that I think you should pay attention to. Lance Leopold at Kansas.
But he's been mentioned before.
Well,
I think he might be on the hot seat.
I put him in this category. What's he waiting for? Matt Campbell with Iowa State.
He's got a big contract. They gave him a lot of money. And I think he likes it there.
Yeah.
I think he's a guy that likes to be out of the limelight.
He's the one that I think for years, it's like, is he ever going to leave? This category, would he leave his alma mater? Clark Lee, Vanderbilt. Kenny Dillingham, Arizona State. Brent Key, Georgia Tech. Jeff Brom, Louisville.
I don't think Kenny Dillingham leaves Arizona State. I think that's his school. I mean, in every way possible, that's his school. And now you're leading your school. Now you want to come over and, rumor was he's looking at Auburn. Well, do you want to come cross country to a place you're not familiar with and try to build a program where they fire coaches in a heartbeat. No, stay where you are, man. Use the leverage, get yourself a nice contract, and stay at Arizona State. And that's the thing. I mean, these other coaches that have, I think he's that guy. Clark Lee's that guy. Clark Lee should listen, obviously, but there's a lot of people that have rallied around him.
Would they leave good situations? Spencer Danielson at Boise, Eli Drinkowitz at Mizzou, Jed Fish at Washington, PJ Fleck at Minnesota.
So Jed Fish, have you heard this story?
Mm-mm.
His family has moved from Seattle back to Arizona because they can't stand Seattle.
Interesting.
They cannot, and it's been reported many places, his family hates Seattle and have gone back to Arizona. So here's a guy wanting to get out.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to leave and go look for another job someplace else. Drinkowitz is the guy.
I think Drinkowitz may not be the first choice for some of these teams, but if he ended up at Florida, I wouldn't be surprised.
Why would you not end up at Florida?
I don't know.
I get you love Missouri, but you're offered this to go to Florida. If they want you to go down there and you could build something really nice, because you built something really good at Missouri, is it sustainable? I don't know.
Yeah. Recently fired and back in the game. Neil Brown, that was fired by West Virginia. Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State. James Franklin from Penn State. Brian Kelly, LSU. Billy Napier, Florida.
Napier probably get a group of 5 jobs somewhere. Brian Kelly's interesting because his reputation is so bad.
But I still think he's won enough that one of these teams would take one more crack at it.
I think his ego would not allow him to sit out a year, and I think you're right.
Yeah.
Like a UCLA job. Why not take that job? That'd be a fun job to do.
See, I think Franklin would be great at UCLA.
Oh, heck yeah, he would.
I think that would work for him.
And UCLA's moving all their football games, too. No more Rose Bowl. They're going to SoFi to play.
Napier, think about this. If Memphis's coach left, Napier would be perfect there.
Right. Would be.
I mean, he's isn't he from West Tennessee, or is he?
He's not, I don't think he is, no. I
thought there was some connection.
Maybe. I don't know. That's a good one, though. I mean, then Silverfield, where does he go? Does he go to the Arkansas job people are talking about? I mean, so all these are changing. But I'm telling you, when the first domino falls, everything's going to go crazy because he's
He's from Cookeville.
Napier is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I knew there was some connection.
Look at you, buddy, like a young Columbo. And that's the thing. So now if Summerall, say Summerall goes to Auburn and you're LSU, all right, God, now we get James Franklin, and then you got to get a coach. You got to get a big-name coach because the fan base wants a big-name coach. So you got to get a big-name coach. You get Franklin, but he's going to want the guy you want, and then it all just takes off. Nobody has patience anymore.
NFL names to know.
Oh, okay.
Tommy Reese, the Browns OC. Joe Brady, the Bills OC.
He's one.
Zach Robinson, the Falcons OC. Tavita Pritchard, the Commanders quarterback coach.
Nope.
Todd Monken, the Ravens offensive
He's been
coordinator.
mentioned for jobs for years and will not leave Harbaugh.
Yeah.
His brother's a head coach at Army.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a name that hadn't popped up yet that I'm curious about. Could they hit the reset button? Dave Aranda with Baylor. There's a lot going on there right now.
Right.
Jonathan Smith at Michigan State. Shane Beamer at South Carolina. Scott Satterfield at Cincinnati.
Satterfield's interesting. I mean, he basically went from Appy State to Louisville, and now he's at Cincinnati, and we're doing all right there. I mean, he's not bad. They're competitive this year, having a good year. Who was the one before him you read?
Beamer.
Beamer. I've heard nothing out of Columbia.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Good or bad, just nothing. I know it's a disappointment.
Interim for now. DJ Durkin with Auburn, Alex Mortensen, UAB,
Nope.
Bobby Petrino, they put Louisville, they met Arkansas, Tim Skipper, UCLA.
Tim Skipper, not bad. With Newhousel's boy running the offense out there, it's not that players love him out there. I could see him getting that.
Mortensen could keep the job at UAB if they like him enough.
Yeah, I
don't know
realize
that
he
much.
was that old.
Yeah. I remember when he was here, wasn't that kind of okay.
Yeah, he played in the Hall of Fame game in 2009.
Yeah. Retired-ish.
Oh, no.
But may listen.
Oh, no.
Dave Clawson, Wake Forest. Pat Fitzgerald, Northwestern. He's in. He's 100%. Paul Christ, that was at Wisconsin. Bill Clark, that was at UAB. Skip Holtz. Last job was at La Tech in 2021.
Interesting. Skip Holtz, good coach, but he's been up that long now.
Pat Fitzgerald's the one. I think he's very much back in the game. You may be familiar with some of these guys. FCS coaches to know. Kerwin Bell at Western Carolina.
He's been looking for a group of 5 job for years.
Steve Englehart, Presbyterian. Bobby Hawk, Montana. Tremaine Jackson, Prairie View A&M. Mike Jacobs at Mercer. Tim Plew at UC Davis.
I'm waiting to say the one name. I'm waiting.
Tim Paulisak, North Dakota State. Brent Vegan, Montana State. Bobby Wilder, Tennessee Tech.
That's your boy. They are 10-0. They play Kentucky. If they go up there and beat Kentucky on Saturday, that dude will have as pick of any group of 5 job. He did great. Remember at Old Dominion, he got that program going and won a lot of games. And now he's got Tech undefeated, and they're good. And they play Kentucky Saturday.
Brian Wright, Northern Arizona. Todd Witten, Tarleton State.
Tarleton State, good program. I mean, he's done really well down there. But Bobby Wilder for Tennessee Tech, and Oregon's talked about him all year long, but what a great job he's done up in Cookeville. That's a guy, man. That's a guy. I don't think he's back. Regardless of what happens, I'd be shocked if he's back in Cookeville next year.
And then the ultimate wild card, they have Lincoln Riley.
Still with the Commanders, is that where he is now?
No, he's the head coach at SC. Cliff Kingsbury.
Gotcha.
No, and his name's not on here, which kind of surprised me.
He's happy. We went back to Tim Beck. Why would Tim Beck leave Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
Probably played
He's been a head coach, right?
in New Mexico State.
Yeah, that's right.
Why?
Yeah. So
why do that?
And why isn't Walt Wells on this Coaches to Know?
I think Walt Wells has some plans going on. He's not shared with me. It's tough. I mean, it's a tough head coach. Why do these guys drop down from head coaches to coordinators? It's a lot less hectic. Chip Kelly did it.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with the portal. You got a general manager. You got the staff deal with the portal. Let me coach. Let me run the offense. I'm not worried about any of that stuff. And it's the way it should be.
David in Arkansas said, hell yes, I would take James Franklin. Guy wins, and here at Arkansas, that's all we ask. We've been irrelevant for so long. He could give us 9. Razorback fans would be thrilled. 2939, do you think Virginia Tech will hire James Franklin? His name's been mentioned there. Tom says, why not former Northwestern coach Pat Fitzgerald?
Where?
I don't know.
Well, I think James Franklin wants back in the SEC.
I think it is too.
You can say,
I'm telling you, man, Florida just fits him. His level of BS, his brand of BS would work down there.
It goes very well down there.
And look, there's one person he's got to convince.
Yep. The old ball coach.
Yep. He convinces him. Done.
That's it. You're right. I mean, the guy still wields a heavy hand down in Gainesville. That's sad, too, isn't it?
Yeah.
After he quit on the South Carolina football team. Sad, sad, sad.
You're never going to forgive him.
I have no respect for Steve Spurrier. Sorry, Gator Mike. I have no respect for a head coach who quits. And I always say this. What if the quarterback would have come in to Spurrier and said, you know what, coach, I'm done? What has Spurrier done? He would have blasted him publicly. And don't say he wouldn't have. And don't say he's gotten, nicer in his old age. He's 80, whatever it is. No, he wouldn't have. He would have blasted that quarterback. So Spurrier goes in. You know what got me even more upset when he quit for South Carolina? And I'm not a South Carolina fan. I'm a teammate guy. I like my teammates being happy. He was golfing not too long after that. Just wanted to quit. Get out of there. I had a real problem with Steve Spurrier doing that. I wish he would have shown up at SEC Media Days.
Yeah.
I want to tell Tony Barnhart what a jackass Spurrier is. But he walked off on us.
I would love, obviously, I guess they'd stick with the interim coach, but I wanted a situation where Florida would get bowl eligible and go to the Birmingham Bowl and Spurrier coached it. That would have been awesome.
Well, I mean, Wisconsin fan, did not Barry Alvarez coach a bowl game?
Couple times.
Yeah. When he fired a coach.
Well, remember Stoops did it a few years ago at Oklahoma.
Sure did.
When Lincoln left.
Step in and do that, yeah.
Saban would 100% do it at Alabama. If depending on what it was.
True. Yeah, but I'm not Spurrier fan at all, and that's what Franklin's got to realize. At Arkansas, there's no who's holding over your head there.
Yeah. I'm telling you, a wild card long shot thing to watch is the Atlanta Falcons.
As far as it comes to Franklin,
Kalen DeBoer.
because of
Penix.
Penix Jr.
Yeah. That's a long shot.
All right, if that
But
happens,
I'm just saying.
I'm going to give you props for that.
Well, thank you.
God bless you, Clay.
Bless you, Clay. Well, more coming from the Omni here on 102.5 The Game. That's a good one.
Oh man.
Is that Merle? Oh, that's Toby Keith.
It's a remix. They just redubbed it. It's Hank Williams Jr. and featuring Merle Haggard.
Oh, okay. Well, Merle did the song
Right.
originally, but that's a good one.
Hank listening to us out on his farm out in Paris County. Bo Cephas, we love you, man. You call anytime you want.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love if Hank called.
After that call, we'd be like, y'all have a good day.
We're done.
See you
Hey, we've
tomorrow.
already had Lee Greenwood this week, so
Yeah, Lee Greenwood.
Vince Gill. I mean, we know people.
We just get lucky, people.
Yeah, we do.
We ain't good. We're just lucky.
Okay, so our buddy Ricky has texted us.
God.
What if Lincoln Riley left USC? Because I believe that one of the biggest mistakes in college football is SC leaving for the Big Ten. I understood what happened with the Pac-12,
right,
and they kind of did it to themselves. But USC's gone from being top dog in the Pac-12 to middle dog in the Big Ten.
Yep, right.
And so, to me, like, it's still a prestigious job. I
like prestigious. That was better.
Yeah. But I could see him, like, to me, I mean, I don't know. SEC.
Disaster in the pros. That does not work in
no,
the
I'm
pros.
not. No.
Lincoln Riley does not work in the pros.
No. You're misreading. I'm not saying that. I'm saying leaving for another college job.
No. You got USC. I mean, it's a great job.
Yeah, but like LSU or Florida, like, I could see that.
Okay. All right.
Oklahoma State.
In that case, he's
I
going back
don't.
to Oklahoma.
No, I don't think he would do that.
He could rule the Big 12.
They hate him in Oklahoma. Hate him.
Oklahoma State, but yeah.
How he left Oklahoma, they hate him.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
LSU, I'm
You
telling
may
you,
be right, but I don't.
LSU is the job.
Yeah.
If you want to coach, that is the job. They all should want the LSU job. Summerall, Franklin, all of them should want the LSU job. I mean, that is ripe with talent, tradition, everything that goes there. The one job I would not take in Power 4, Auburn. I would not want, and we had Muschamp
because they'll just run you out.
Yeah,
you can't.
Muschamp was on talking about the crowd, the environment, all that stuff. But look at what they've done. I mean, you're always competing with Alabama.
Yeah.
And I told people, don't go play football at a basketball school. Don't go coach football at a basketball school. You're never going to be the
Auburn's
top dog.
a basketball school.
I'm saying you're compared to Alabama.
Yeah.
You're that
right.
In that case.
But here's the
Alabama.
thing: what do they want? Because
beat Alabama.
But right, Gus Malzahn did that. He did that more than anybody.
He sure did.
And they ran him out.
He sure did. So why coach at Auburn?
So, like, what do they want?
Right.
That's the thing I don't understand is, you're as much as you want to be a yearly perennial national championship contender, you're not going to be.
Right.
But if you'd leave it alone and get a good coach in there, you might be able to do it more than you have in the past because of the portal.
I agree.
But, you're not going to get Cam Newton every year. You're not going to get Cadillac Williams every year. Like, you have to understand that. But if you can cycle through every 3, 4, 5 years and beat Alabama and then be in contention, then why is that not good enough for you?
Well, there's a lot of people who said Cadillac Williams should have kept the job after the interim part of that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, and they brought in Hugh Freeze. How'd that end? How did that end with Hugh Freeze?
It ended like
Stop
we all
going
thought
back to these retread of coaches who aren't going to be who are not going to be successful. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. James Franklin proved it at Vanderbilt and at Penn State. I don't like him at all because off the field stuff, I think he's a jackass. But he's proven winner at Vanderbilt and Penn State.
Yeah.
Don't go to Auburn. Don't do it. Go to Arkansas and carve your own path. Do that.
Mike in Shelbyville says the Auburn basketball reign is over. Is Pearl going to be an ambassador or what is he doing?
He's allegedly not going to run for governor. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel bad for Steven too because I don't think that's
nice coaching search they did there.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Steven, what are you doing for the rest of the year? You're the head coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No coaching search. I tell you, no Bruce Pearl slander when I'm on
I
the
love
radio.
Bruce Pearl. I mean, but
I've told you before how great and gracious Bruce Pearl has been to me through the years. Good guy.
We're live today at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines, and we'll have more coming in hour number 2. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel here at Bar Lines. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier. Back on the ones and twos at the studio. Having some fun talking about the college football coaching carousel. I guess the rumor, Robbie texted me, I guess the rumor on Arkansas message boards is Dabo leaving Clemson and coming to Arkansas. I don't see that.
You lost me at message boards.
Yeah.
Right? Those people, you guys are insane on message boards. The Dabo thing is interesting. I'm not sure. They love him. I mean, every Clemson fan I know loves Dabo. And I think they got a good pulse on there. So I think Dabo stays.
I do too.
think they like Dabo being a Clemson guy and loving Clemson, and all the fan base likes that. It's just it's funny you start with your friends that go to certain schools like Franklin to Auburn. My Auburn fan friends are like, no way in hell do you want him. And so you get very particular on that. But again, you can't tell me. You can tell me who you don't want, but there's never who we do want. I mean, if you're an LSU fan, do you want John Summerall? I mean, he's only got 2 years at Tulane, but he's done well, respected, good coach. I don't know. I mean, of all that to see that goes in there. Or do you want James Franklin to come to your program? Is that something you would like to see him in LSU? So I don't know, but you tell me who you don't want. Tell me who you want.
Yeah. 0862 says, rumor has it Pat Fitzgerald is probably going to go to Michigan State at the end of the year. That would be a really good fit for him. I think. He's a Big Ten guy.
He is a Big Ten guy. That program is a
complete
disaster.
They need somebody like that.
Right.
So I think if Fitzgerald ended up at Michigan State, Derek Mason, you'd be happy with that.
What's this? Did I miss this? A college football chair?
Yeah, I was about to get to that. So
what?
Because that's what I was talking about with Baylor. He's the Baylor AD. So Mac Rhodes, he's on a leave from Baylor and his role with the playoff. He's stepping down for personal reasons. College football executive director Rich Clark told ESPN on Thursday that Rhodes will step down from his role with the committee at this time for personal reasons. The CFP likely will try to replace Rhodes and will work on naming a new chair. He intends to leave, that he initiated the leave from his Baylor role but declined to explain why.
So the group was already down one member already.
Yeah.
Because Randall McDaniel stepped away for personal reasons, what Archie Manning did a long time ago.
So what this is Adam Rittenberg's reporting the university received allegations involving Rhodes on Monday. The allegations do not involve Title IX, student welfare, or NCAA rules, and do not involve the football program, indicating it is a separate incident from Rhodes' alleged altercation with a football player during a September game.
Oh, and now he's gone. Our good friend Chris Massaro, MTSU athletic director, is on this committee. And I know it's an honor to be on this committee. There's no way I would get on this committee. God bless Chris for doing this because he's smart. He knows what he's talking about, and he knows football like that. I would not be on this committee at all.
Look, if I was in a position like Chris at a school like MTSU, I would do it because I get it. I mean, it helps elevate not only you but your school.
Yep.
To have that Baylor is the same way. I mean, I put Baylor in that program too.
How are you already down a guy? This is a few months ago. I thought they had all the committee set, and they're already down one person.
Well, we know something's going to come out. I mean, obviously there's something going on.
I mean, this is a committee where tens of millions of dollars and jobs are on the line, and you go to it and you already got a guy down. Now you got two guys down.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was going on like that. That's terrible.
Arkansas AD Hunter Yurachek has been nominated as the new CFP committee chair, while Utah athletic director Mark Harlan has been nominated to replace Rhodes on the committee, a source told ESPN. The CFP management committee, which is made up of the 10 FBS commissioners and Notre Dame athletic director Pete Bavacqua, has to approve the moves.
As it wasn't already stressful enough, now you got to deal with all that. Man, what chaos.
Here's the other thing on this committee. Why would you not have like some retired coaches on it?
I think they wanted people who were active right now in the game.
But I mean, like, Saban or
Because they're smart.
yeah.
They don't want any part of this nonsense.
But I mean, would you not, looking at this from our perspective, if you knew a Nick Saban or, I mean, hell, even Spurrier, like guys that have won championships, that have coached at a high level, that know football, that still live and breathe football, if they're on it, would you not feel a little bit better about things?
I think it would look better from an outside view, but I don't know. I think they wanted guys who are active with ADs and presidents because presidents oftentimes think they are the smartest people ever, and we know that they're not. And they think they know athletics, and they don't, and that's why. But yeah, but again, I mean, you get Saban up there and a few others. I mean, like Herb Street, when he did the Florida State thing a few years ago and they went after him, you saw right there why I would not be on the committee.
Yeah.
Would not be on the committee. And now they're griping and everything. And now the report's coming out, well, you're going to 16, but if you do 32 teams, you don't have a problem. And if you go 32, what's going to happen? Team 33 and 34
they're going to be pissed off. Yeah.
And on and on and on and on. Make a hard line in the sand. It's 16 next year, which I get it, whatever, but
16 needs to be the max.
Yeah, and that's what it is. But, I mean, I just can't believe they went into how important this is with one person down on the committee. I had no idea they were one short. But, again, asking me, I love football. I would not be on that committee one bit. Because you think I got heckled bad at Key West the other night. I mean, I'd make this really personal.
Yeah.
I would. No, sir, not at all.
Shut up, Richard.
That's kind of
Finally, an hour and 9 minutes of the show, you finally brought it up. Thank you, Dr. Crane.
What was that?
It's Shut Up Richard from Tommy Boy.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to
feel
find
like
the right time to use it.
Yeah, there you go. That's
All right. Well, don't be scared about it, man.
Oh, I'm not. Don't worry.
what
Joe.
she said.
I think you are a little scared.
Shut up, Joe.
We'll put Nick. You know who's on the committee? Dr. Crane.
He
He
should
makes
be.
everybody happy.
Yeah.
They'll be like, all right, and our 12th and final team, Mississippi State.
Absolutely not.
At 4-6. All right. Well, got some qualifications to be there. Thank you.
Somehow
Do
drop
something
into the
else.
group of 5.
Yeah, the group of 5 school Mississippi State
He put
represents.
Southern Miss in.
Oh, man.
Just a random team. But yeah, it'd be fun. Be a good time.
Big for
Oh,
show.
show. Coming up next, there's an interesting one now about another carousel, and that is NFL quarterbacks and how that could all change next year. We'll discuss that and much more live today at the Omni Nashville Hotel here at Barlines. Come by and see us. Clay's hanging out. Jake's hanging out. Having a good time. You're on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, guys, Big Joe here. If you're looking to upgrade where you're living, you will love this. Let me tell you about City Limits Apartment Homes, nestled perfectly between Spring Hill and Columbia. Wouldn't it be great to live in a place where modern sophistication meets unsurpassed features and resort amenities? Heck yeah, and you can at City Limits Apartments, modern luxury living between Spring Hill and Columbia. Offering 1, 2, or 3 bedroom apartments, you'll feel as if you're living at a resort. And you know what? You deserve that. Here's the website, liveatcitylimits.com, liveatcitylimits.com. And if you're looking to move somewhere, take a look at them because City Limits Apartments is perfect. Liveatcitylimits.com for more. And get this, if you lease now, you get 2 months free. The amenities are on another incredible level, and I'd like you to see for yourself because you will love it. I've seen it, and it's perfect. So come check out City Limits Apartments, perfectly located between Columbia and Spring Hill. Again, online, live at citylimits.com. Check them out there. And again, you get 2 months free. Your job's hectic, your world's hectic. Where you live should be perfect. City Limits Apartments is perfect. The website again, live at citylimits.com. Welcome home.
Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines. So now looking at, as we're halfway through the NFL season, obviously the Titans are what they are. We know that. Not much going to change. But what about some quarterback movement? And look, for those of you thinking that the Titans need to go get another quarterback, and if they have the number 1 overall pick, get Mendoza or whatever, it ain't going to happen. They don't need to do it. The kid that Cam Ward has been thrown into a terrible situation. So I think you need to pump the brakes there. But that's just my opinion. So Bill Barnwell has done this 2026 NFL offseason, teams that could change quarterbacks next season. And he starts with different categories. On their way out, the first one he has is Kyler Murray with the Arizona Cardinals. He has on the books for 2026 $42.5 million, which $39.8 million of that is guaranteed.
Gosh.
19.5 in 2027 if on the roster in that next year. If he's traded before June 1st, they can save $35.3 million in cap space, $39.8 million in cash. If he's cut before mid-March, that really doesn't do him much good. So it would be a June 1st kind of thing with Kyler Murray. But
Look,
I think he's done.
If I know you're going to be on the hook for that much money and you're my opponent, tough.
Yep.
Tough, you know what? I about said it.
Yep.
Tough, you know what, man? I'm not helping you out.
Tough stuff.
Tough stuff. You signed him to that stupid contract. You're the guy who's going to pay. I'm not going to help you out at all.
Yeah. Geno Smith with the Raiders.
Awful.
Yeah.
I think Pete Carroll should be gone. I mean, they're I know they beat the Titans, doesn't say much, but terrible. That game the other night, 10-7, or a week ago, terrible.
Justin Fields with the Jets. He's terrible.
What's wrong with him?
I think
he was so good at Ohio State.
Yeah, he's just not a starting quarterback.
But he's had 18 chances to get it done.
Potential retirees. Matthew Stafford with the Rams. If they win the Super Bowl, he'll retire.
Yes, I agree. But he's having fun.
He is. Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers.
Goodbye.
He needs to retire.
That effort he put on Sunday night was brutal. Didn't move.
Yeah.
Stood there.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can anymore. Would move if they could. Here's a one-person tier for a quarterback whose contract might make it difficult to move, albeit not impossible. Tua Tagovailoa.
I don't know why they signed him to that. I do not know.
I don't know either.
He's had every chance, and I just it's an
$54 million guaranteed.
Well, underneath those teammates under the bus, and so I was reading those reports when we were down in Florida about how they're still mad at him, even though they're winning games, but they can't trust him now because of the locker room stuff and all that other things that go along with that. But they signed him, so tough.
All right. Evaluation time might be up. The end of year 3 is a critical time for first-round picks at quarterback. Bryce Young with the Panthers.
Keep him. Tim Hasselbeck even said the other day the growth of Bryce Young has been pretty remarkable.
Young guys more likely to face competition than a replacement. J.J. McCarthy. I think he's been hurt.
He's been hurt, and they really like him.
Michael Penix.
They like him. Yeah, I mean, he's had a bad game here, but everybody has bad games.
This is a great line. Placeholders for someone more exciting. That's what they said about our show.
Yeah, right? They give a few weeks. They'll ruin themselves.
Dylan Gabriel with the Browns.
I mean, he's awful.
Yeah.
What is Shedeur Sanders that bad?
He's pissed people off too much.
I don't get that, but Dylan Gabriel's not good at all.
Tyler Shuck with New Orleans.
Terrible.
He has not been good. So there you go.
Plus, I can't pronounce his name.
It looks like show.
Faux show. Tyler Faux show. I mean, the Saints. My goodness.
By the way, what are the Falcons going to do with Kirk Cousins?
Keep him, right?
They're just paying him starter money to be a backup.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Good for him. He's made all that money and won one playoff game.
Yeah.
So, you think all these football people are smart. They're not. They're not. And like the Tua deal, I mean, they got bamboozled in that because everybody else is getting massive deals.
Right.
Well, we're not going to pay you that. Well, I'm going to leave. All right, take care of yourself.
Well, then Daniel Jones, that was another one. And then look at him with the Colts.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, that's why we spend a lot of time talking about quarterbacks because look at the good teams in the league. What do they have? Good quarterbacks. It's pretty simple. It's the only sport where that guy has got to be top level for you to win. You could have four good pitchers and still win the World Series. You could have 4 good hockey players and still win the Stanley Cup. But if you don't have a good starting quarterback, you got nothing. Nothing, Clay. Nothing.
Can you look at Rand Carthon's face?
What a helmet is he at? Is that his? All right, he's in an office somewhere.
Yeah. Apparently, I just sent this to Dr. Crane to pull, but this is some podcast he went on, and he said the first text that former Titans GM Rand Carthon got after he was let go was from Mike Vrabel, who was let go by the Titans 1 year earlier. Carthon details his family's bond with Vrabel and what really happened in Tennessee in a thoughtful and wide-ranging combo on Tackle Pod.
Really? I mean, they couldn't stand each other.
Yeah, and doesn't he have an NDA?
I thought he should have.
Yeah, I mean Robinson has been very careful.
Rand's like, blank your NDA. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? I mean, so look at him right there in this podcast, right?
Yeah,
and
he's
then look
wearing
when
that hat.
Look when he got introduced for the Titans. I mean, it's what a fall.
Can I say this too? Like, I liked him, like the person. Bless you. Like he was a cool guy. He was fun to talk to. I just didn't think he was good at his job, you know. And I mean that's the case sometimes. But you know, from a guy, like he was fine. He was funny. But
We had him. We only got to talk to him once.
Yeah.
At least I did on this.
all right, this is again from the Tackle Pod talking about, I guess, his breakup with the Titans.
Sean McDermott, regular season record, immaculate. Nobody would ever think that he's a poor head coach. But do you think that
Is that not it? That's not it. Okay. Yeah. I'll give you time. Yep. I'll give you time. You just work on that, and then because I want the Vrabel part, because that's what this is supposedly about.
Yeah,
Well, the
I'll
rumor
give you
is
that.
that
It's just foul.
Yeah, you're good.
that Vrabel texted Callahan when he got let go.
What that could have been a question of the day. What did
I think
Vrabel
we did do it.
Did we do that?
Yeah, I think we did have the question. What did Vrabel text Brian Callahan?
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, right. And so I guess Vrabel's got it, and they said why, and he's like, he's a fired coach, and we were both fired from Tennessee, and just wanted to tell him a few things, and so that's it. But Vrabel reaching out and doing that. I mean, what would he say to Brand Carthon?
I don't know. Let's go to Marshall, who wants to weigh in on the quarterbacks. Marshall, what's up?
Yeah, I just going back to that list you guys were talking about, and I guess it's kind of they're sort of on top of the AFC South right now. But surprised you didn't mention Trevor Lawrence. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
He wasn't on that list, but I don't know.
And he locked into a massive contract.
He's locked in. They just signed him. And look, Trevor Lawrence is not a bad quarterback. I think again they need to build more around him, and they're getting there. I mean, I think Travis Hunter, he's out for the year now, and that hurts. But like he can be a weapon for him.
Well, reading the reports for the Jacksonville, they like him. His teammates like him, admire him, think he's a good quarterback. So I think he's got something. I don't think he's the next Joe Montana, but I think he's a little bit better than average. He's not great. He's not really good. Serviceable. Would that be it? What's below good? What's good's brother? Not bad.
I think he's good.
Yeah.
Decent.
Absolutely is.
Yeah, decent.
Decent's
there you
good.
go. That's a good one.
Nice guy.
So I don't know about him.
By the way, there's a guy here at Bar Lions looks just like Tommy Lasorda.
Oh wow, you're right.
Clay, go ask Mr. Lasorda for an autograph over there. And if he gives you one, I'm leaving.
Please don't leave me.
Because Mr. Lasorda is no longer with us.
Yeah, that is true. Hey, by the way, we're here at the Omni Nashville Hotel. We're at Bar Lines, but Notes is doing a Thanksgiving brunch, 11 to 4 on Thursday, November 27th. You can get reservations at opentable.com, or you can call 615-782-5300 and use extension 3512 to get your reservations in for Thanksgiving brunch. I mean, they got a lot of cool stuff. Stuffed local trout, seared country ham, field squash, buttermilk biscuit dressing, a grilled okra and smoked sausage, just to name a few things that they'll have on the menu coming up on Thursday, November 27th. Call for reservations, 615-782-5300. Use extension 3512. That's at Kitchen Notes here at the beautiful Omni Nashville Hotel.
I'll say it, like, it was a lot of shit out there about he and I not getting along. Like, that wasn't true. There was never a moment where we didn't get along. And truth be told, my daughter, she's just got home from practice. She's walking through the house. Probably the first few months after Braves got let go, like, the screensaver on her phone was a picture of her and Braves from pregame, because they had a really close, unique relationship. But like I said, the day I got let go, the very first text message I got was from Braves.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And was like, hey man, sorry this happened. Wish you nothing but the best. Let me know how I can help you. Type of thing.
As Rand Carthon talking about the text message he got from Mike Vrabel, which, look, I mean, I guess truth be told, we don't know. We don't know what exactly has all gone on in that place. I mean, I think we have some ideas that there seems to be a pattern of a couple things go bad, the owner gets pissed off and makes a change.
He didn't read the text message. He can get a text message. I want to know what it said. You can put it out there. I don't know word for word what it said.
I don't know.
Yeah. I get text message. Yeah. I mean, so we assume it's something great and wonderful.
Yeah.
So sorry it didn't work out for you. Too bad.
What if he was just like, hey, man, that sucks?
All right, you still getting paid? I mean, how did it go on there? But there were all kind of stuff coming out of St. Thomas that they did not get along.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was because Vrabel wanted his guy. He knew Rand was a terrible hire. And then we see what happens. Now they're all gone. They're all gone, man. John Robinson, Mike Vrabel, or as he calls him, Vrabes, whatever. And now Rand gone. So they're all out. And it's just, but the, common denominators are an Amy Adams, I hate you club that's going on with these guys. I don't know. So I mean,
here's what I like.
Bad.
Do we think that they hate her, or they're just, now it's just like things are so ridiculous and she's just done this to herself that they just don't care?
Could be both.
Yeah.
And they know it's not getting any better.
Yeah.
They truly know she is an absolute disaster as an owner, and you see what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Everything goes back to her. I'm not blaming. I mean, yeah, Robinson made some bad picks, and so did Rand made some bad picks. But at the end of the day, she's the owner of the team. And so she's done things which are just truly
and
terrible.
Look, I mean, I don't think Rand was a good general manager, but I also will respect the fact that he probably didn't get much help with the meddling either.
No, not at all.
I mean, so how can you truly judge someone on their job in a situation like this?
What's worse? And when it's all said and done, hi there, thank you for coming down and watching the show here at the Omni. You're so sweet. Thank you. Pretty too, right? AJ Brown or Vrabel's success, which is going to hurt worse? AJ Brown or Vrabel's success, which hurts worse?
I think both.
I think it's 50.
I mean, AJ's already won a ring. He's played in 2 Super Bowls and he's got a ring. So that, but look, now I will say this. I think Titans fans would sign up to still have him on the team, but you can also see he's a little bit of a pain in the ass.
AJ Brown?
Yeah. I mean, look at,
he's pouty.
To that extent, the Titans were right. But I think you figure out a way to deal with that because he's a good player.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of players that are pains, but you figure out a way to deal with it because they're a good player. I think Vrabel, because I think even the ones that didn't like Vrabel are going to look back and go, well, he was a really good coach, and you put him in the right situation. And look, they did it right. They had draft picks. You look at this offseason, they had the quarterback. They used draft capital and cap space, and they built around the quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
And they built with his expertise on defense. But people, I saw a comment on Twitter or something that were like, well, Vrabel inherited a lot, and it's like, no, he didn't. He almost half his coaching staff are some of the guys that we were saying he needed to get rid of here. They just have they have better personnel.
They're getting it done. Nick, read what you just texted us.
Just there's more room for opportunity with Mike Vrabel. I think out of the A.J. Brown Vrabel thing, Mike Vrabel could coach until he's 70 and have 5 Super Bowls under his belt as a coach, not as a player.
That's strong. That's a good point. Thank you for that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's something. I mean, you go back and look at the 2021 Titans team and see where it went to, even 3 short years in 24. I mean, you're like, the massive downfall of this Titans football team, I'm sure it's not unparalleled across the National Football League, but my Lord, I mean, you had it all right here, and you couldn't sustain success. You couldn't sustain all the egos and things that happened that went in with all this, and now you're looking this. You've become the worst. You're in the AFC Championship game in 19. You're the number 1 seed in 21, and now you are the worst team and franchise in the National Football League. There should be a 30-30 on the fall of this football team.
And I mean, I want to say that it's going to get better and they're going to win again. And you know, the odds are in the favor that they will. But it's really hard to see that right now because I can't see her staying out of the way.
Right. I mean, and you brought the point yesterday. I mean, the fact that this game on Sunday is available basically nowhere shows you how far the franchise has fallen and how nobody cares.
And
about
get
the
this.
And don't send me emails, Titans, about you got the beam in over at the new Nissan stand. I don't care. Then now you can start adding glass on top. How about start adding players?
Yeah, that's
and talent. I don't care how the beam is doing over Nissan Stadium. I know y'all are giddy about that, but you're going to carry the same awful football team into that stadium in 2 years. What's it going to be like when it's overtaken with Cowboys and Steelers fans who are booing your team inside your brand new stadium? Because you know what? It's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen.
Well, and the other thing too, like talking about the game not being many places, Tracy Wolfson just tweeted that here in a few weeks that the top crew at CBS is going to have Kansas City and I forgot which one. They're going to be in Kansas City 4 straight weeks. That's what happens.
Really?
That's what happens
when
you win. You get the top crew. And when you don't win, you get what's left.
That's right.
You know, that I'm sure the crew that's doing the game this week, which was Chris Myers and Mark Schlereth, are like, hey, at least we get to go to Nashville.
Yeah, have a good time. Yeah. We got to call a game, but it's Nashville, though, and Broadway that's going on.
Yeah.
And all things that are happening down there. And that's it, man. I mean, nobody cares. You got one guy who people resonate with, maybe 2, because Cam Ward's the number 1 pick in the draft, and Jeffrey Simmons. Other than that, you don't have anything. I mean, you really don't. You watch these NFL Network and the commercials about jerseys, they'll show 31 other teams where they show this. And when they talk about this team, we'll see an Eddie George jersey or a Steve McNair jersey.
Yeah.
It's not or Derrick Henry.
Jeff says the biggest mistake they ever made was getting rid of Floyd Reese. Yeah. Well, that was
a long time ago.
It was. Ben says Vrabel's a good coach with competent quarterback play. Then Tannehill went downhill, and then he had Levis and Willis. See, I don't know if Tannehill necessarily went downhill, but the bad drafting and trading of A.J. Brown, what do you have to work with? Derrick Henry. That was it.
I mean, you take Ryan Tannehill's best target, A.J. Brown, away. He's got nobody.
Yeah.
He had nobody.
Vrabel said it. We have to be great around him.
Yeah.
And that was 100. Tannehill, I'll remember sitting, it was like my first or second year on the air, sitting on the show and being asked, do you think Ryan Tannehill can win a Super Bowl? And I said, yes, but the team has to be perfect around him.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got to have the right pieces. He cannot be like a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning or a Drew Brees or a Patrick Mahomes and make everyone else around him great.
No,
that's just not who he is.
Not at all.
It's not an insult. It just is what it is.
And you see what's happened with the football team that's going on right now with all that. I got to bring up something on our next.
Can I take a call, please?
Do that. Yes,
all
please.
Right. Adam in Portland wants to weigh in.
Hey, real quick, Jason, man. So a couple things. Number one, I think, Amy's got egg all over her face. Every time somebody leaves Nashville, it gets better, which a lot of people are doing lately. We all thought Harold Landry was burned up. He's awesome. We thought Vrabel sucked. He's awesome. It seems like we're just seeing it more and more, man. And so she's got egg on her face for sure. And I never remember her dad getting a whole lot of people hating him on the way out. Now, okay, you could correct me on that if I'm wrong. But the main reason I called you, because I love that quarterback conversation you had last segment. Can you imagine, just imagine for 1 second, that Neil O'Donnell and Brandon Allen switched roles? Imagine that Steve went down and we have Brandon Allen come in. We never go to a Super Bowl that way. And then can you imagine if Cam were to have Neil O'Donnell at his backup? Like, I think we wouldn't be a one-win team right now. We'd probably have 4 or 5 at least. And a lot of the clumsy mistakes he's making, I think a good backup quarterback could help. And I just want to see what you thought about it.
Thanks,
you.
Adam. Appreciate it.
Adam, did Neil O'Donnell not come in when Steve got hurt? I don't recall in the 99 season.
He did.
So I don't recall them.
Steve never got benched.
Yes, that's the point.
Yeah,
correct.
No.
Yeah,
Neil only came in when Steve got hurt.
Yeah, and that's it. We're not. You shouldn't bench Cam Ward, but
No.
it wasn't one of those things like, oh, Steve's playing so bad, you got to. It was never that way.
Yeah.
They knew Floyd and Jeff knew how to handle Steve. They did the perfect thing with him, sitting for the 2 years, and then he rolled after that. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but O'Donnell never started because Steve was bad.
Yeah,
because he was hurt.
Right.
That was it. All right, this is really bugging me when we come back. Pro athletes, you got to stop doing this. It's a big topic right now on all the websites. You got to stop doing this, and I'll tell you what that is when we come back.
Yes, we'll do that next live from the Omni. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Kitchen Notes or at Bar Lines. It's amazing what pops up on Twitter sometimes. And, we're at that time of season where you got porch pirates that are out there that if you order a bunch of packages and they'll come steal them.
Right.
Well, everybody and their brother now has a ring or a camera or whatever. And people have planted packages on their porch that if you shake them, they blow like a die on you, and it's the funniest thing. And like the people that are stealing getting mad, like I'm gonna sue you.
So that's not AI.
I don't think so.
So you steal a package from me, a dye bomb explodes, and you're mad at me?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
I get the blue dye exploding. I think it's hilarious because like porch pirates are the lowest scum of
Well,
earth.
there's one where a guy was watching and he like comes out his door with a paintball and starts shooting somebody with a paintball gun.
Oh, I love that. And there's also a video of a guy in the back of a Tesla. When they come up to ride on his Tesla, he shoots him with a paintball. And they get mad. He's like, and he keeps shooting them. I'm like rapid fire with paintballs, and they walk off. All right, I want to bring this up. I don't know if you saw this on Sunday, but it was during the Lions-Commanders game. Wide receiver Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra.
Scores a touchdown, does a Trump dance. Everybody loves it.
Because Trump was there.
Trump was there. Now he comes out yesterday and apologizes for doing the dance.
Oh, why?
Why would you apologize to anyone for doing that? If you're offended by the Trump dance, you got bigger problems in the world.
Right.
You remember when Cam Newton came here and scored the touchdown in 2015 versus the Titans, and the lady wrote an op-ed to the Tennessean how he needs to stop dancing? And Cam came out and said, I hope your kids had a good time.
Yeah.
I'll send them a football or a helmet or something. But Cam Newton was like, I'm going to celebrate when I score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that is not offending you or your family.
Right.
So Amon-Ra St. Brown, Amon-Ra, whatever it is. I'm not going to pronounce his name correctly now because I'm mad at him. And he says, first of all, if I offended anyone, I do apologize.
No.
I did not mean to offend anyone. It was just, hey, we're having fun.
Yeah, who
Now,
cares?
Here's the cop-out. If any president was at that game and had a dance, I would have done it. It had nothing to do with the president, who the president was. All right, whatever.
Who cares?
And Trump was the first president since Carter in 78 to attend a game, whatever. And then which was having fun, doing the dance, nothing more, nothing less. That's all I had to say.
Right.
And now he's come back, I wish I would have done that. I wish I didn't do that. I'm sorry I offended you.
On.
Athletes, if you do it, that's great. You scored a touchdown. Do whatever you want to.
Right. Just own it.
You scored a touchdown. Like when Baker Mayfield planted the flag in Ohio State when they beat him.
Yeah.
And they all got mad. Beat Baker Mayfield. Don't let him plant a flag in the middle of the 50-yard line. That's on you.
Somebody told him to apologize, which he should have just said, no.
No, I'm not going to do that. You're offended by a dance.
Right.
I don't get it. I truly don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
And so others have come out and I apologize. I mean, it's happening in the last couple. I apologize. Whatever, man. Just come on. You did the dance. It was funny. Everybody laughed at it. Now 3 days later, I shouldn't have done the dance. Sorry about that. Whatever, man. I had to get that off my chest. I feel better.
Okay. All right. No, I agree. I think there are too many times where whatever it is that an athlete will do something or say something and then backpedal, and it's just like, come on, it's done. Just move on. Now you're just putting more fuel on the fire.
Yep. Now we're talking about it because of that.
Right. So yeah,
Good Lord.
Kind of with you on that. Greg Wyshynski going to join us at 2:00. We'll get more into the Predators. They're in Sweden, and maybe what the season outlook the rest of the way is for them. We'll talk to Greg about that. Titans. Do they practice today?
They do. So real quick, run me through the Preds. What we're doing the Preds. So I know they play tomorrow, right?
Yep.
At noon.
Well, the pregame at noon, puck drop at 1 Nashville time.
Playing Pittsburgh.
They're playing Pittsburgh in both games. So Friday afternoon and then Sunday morning, the game will start at 8 a.m. That was redundant. 8 o'clock.
Right.
I caught myself.
I thought you were doing it as a joke. That's fine.
Yeah. 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Sunday morning.
All right.
So pregame at 7, puck drop at 8. So breakfast with the Preds, and you can watch Willie and Mace on TV.
Cool. All right. And then they come back after Sunday.
Yep.
All
And then we're off for a few days to kind of get acclimated, and then on Saturday, the November 22nd, they will play Colorado.
Back here at home.
Yep.
Okay. Well, good. Well, yeah, next week, CMA week. I know somebody's like, stop calling it CMA week. And Preds don't like that. CMA week. So there will not be Bridgestone next week.
Correct.
Yeah. So there we have it.
Yep. So what's going to be curious, and we'll talk more about this with Greg and after, is what does this team look like when they get back?
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I think it is a fair question to ask on November 22nd against the Colorado Avalanche. Is Andrew Brunette behind the bench? Because I find it really hard to say yes to that if they go get swept by Pittsburgh in Sweden on a national stage, on a bigger stage.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I don't know how you stick with that because they're not playing well.
What was there? Did you say this, or you heard the rumors that maybe shopping Saros? Maybe.
Well, I think that's just kind of an internet rumor.
Okay.
I don't buy that. I don't think he'd shop. So I think Stamkos is the one that maybe he's trying to figure out a better fit for him that isn't here. But the problem is he's going to have to eat a lot of that money.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, if you lose 2, I think Burnett's done. If you win 2, I think he might get a little bit longer.
It's a stay.
Don't say it. a
stay of execution.
Oh man,
I don't.
Right.
I don't know. I just again, and this is, I keep saying this because this is just how I am. But I'm not fire the coach guy. I think we're too quick. There's a lot of people that are too quick to go to that. I just look at last year. I look at the start of this year that it's not getting better. And yes, you can blame the roster. That is certainly a part of the discussion.
Right.
And Barry Trotz is to blame there. But you can't change all the players. You can change the coach.
Dr. Crane says on Jeff Merrick podcast about Saros rumors to the Oilers.
Yeah, and that's with Wyshynski. So we'll ask.
Oh,
we'll
is
ask
it?
Greg, we'll ask Greg about that too. So
okay, all right.
Yeah, and look, the Oilers. If the Oilers could, I mean, that's what they're missing. Is goalie.
Boy, I'd take a nice little payroll.
But if you did that, if they traded Saros, they are basically waving the white flag and saying we're rebuilding.
Good, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Come out and say it.
But here's the problem: you traded your top goalie prospect.
Yeah, but he's no good.
Yeah.
I mean, he
hasn't been good. You're right.
All right, that's it. So their record right now, they are last in the Western Conference with 14 points, 1 behind St. Louis, 3 behind Minnesota. So winning 2 games would be really good. But Colorado and Dallas, Winnipeg, and Utah, and Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg, Utah, and Chicago are all now at 20 points. And you're slowly being left behind.
Yeah. Greg on our text line says Big Joe needs his own Rex rant type segment. He's got 3 hours of that, basically.
I do. Rex Rhodes very condensed to 5 to 7. Rex Rhodes' rant is very, very good.
Yeah.
Very power on and good.
And then every now and then you get Robbie with one, which is good.
Yep. But Joe's are good, and I'm more. A lot of things don't bother me, but stupidity really does. And this Amon-Ra St. Brown thing, just really stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is.
Coming up next, we talk to Greg Wyshynski. He's the senior NHL writer with ESPN. We'll do that on the other side. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5. The Game on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel here at Bar Lines, continuing the Predators discussion, and we bring in our man Greg Wyshynski now from ESPN. And of course, Greg always he never disappoints me because when he's coming on the show, he has an article that matches up with what we want to talk about. The shocking performances so far, and under shockingly bad Steven Stamkos, 4 points in 18 games this year for the Predators. Greg, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. You know, it's not often that one of the best goal scorers in NHL history is on track for 14 goals this early in the season, but here we are with Stamkos. The Predators came through New York on Monday. I got a chance to talk to a bunch of them, including Stammer, and I was struck by how many of the veterans are still really hoping to turn this thing around. They have a lot of pride. They're really hopeful that by the end of November, things have changed in a different direction. And then, of course, they go out and lose the way they did to the Rangers. But Stamkos in particular talked about how, you know, he's still hopeful, that he hasn't had a discussion yet with Barry Trotz about his future, and that they're all just, you know, they're trying to ignore the clock ticking in the corner of the room about where these veterans may end up by the trade deadline if things don't turn around.
Here's the thing, and look, we've been talking for a long time, you and I, and I'm usually the last to get to you got to fire the coach. But I just look at this situation, and yes, Barry Trotz deserves some blame. He's the one that's put this roster together. The roster obviously needs some work, but you can't change all the players, so you got to change something. And to me, that is Andrew Brunette. I have no doubt Andrew Brunette is a good coach and would get another job, but I just don't feel like it's fitting with this team. So when, you know, did you get a sense of if that might happen, when that might happen, and who his replacement might be?
Well, the only sense I get is that they really have a focus on this month. And so, you know, they get this hopefully soul cleansing trip to Sweden. A lot of them were talking about how they were looking forward to that. It had let's go see YouTube at the Sphere vibes, maybe.
Yeah.
Hoping that things can turn around. But then beyond that, I don't know. And so to answer your question, like, one of the reasons why we all assumed Brunette wasn't fired coming into this season is because he's got term on his contract. And, you know, obviously when we start talking about coaches in Nashville and what the next step would be, I think a lot of us on the outside looking in are like, okay, so you're going to be paying a guy not to coach. Hey, there's a guy you're paying to be the GM who knows how to coach. Wouldn't it make sense for him just to go behind the bench for the rest of the season? And so that's the discussion happening outside of Nashville. I have no idea if that's happening inside of Nashville with regard to the Predators, but it's hard to imagine somebody coming in that would want this gig right now, considering how ill the pieces are fitting, and then B, someone who can come in and make a huge difference in with this roster currently constructed.
My sense is that he does not want to do that.
I agree.
And I don't think that they would make him do it if he doesn't want to do it. That's the sense I get. I think if they did anything, it would be Carl Taylor, who's with Milwaukee, just elevating him because so many of the young players are coming up and he's coached them. That would be the sense they would go. The other two is, and I think you and I have talked about this before, I think there is a massive sense of loyalty, which to an extent I respect. David Poile was extremely patient and loyal with Barry Trotz, albeit a different situation. The expansion years then were very different than they are now. But even when they started winning, I think David Poile showed a lot of patience to Barry Trotz. And it ultimately worked. You know, one way or the other, it did. Trotz, I think, has done the same to Brunette, almost to a fault. That's kind of the sense that I get.
So the Taylor move is interesting only because it could serve two purposes. One, hoping that another voice behind the bench can kind of reinvigorate this team. And then two, you know, kind of gracefully transitioning to someone who maybe has a better handle on some of the younger players on this team because they've come through the system, and then kind of nodding to the fact that it could be a longer term situation here insofar as rebuilding. So that move would intrigue me. And it's worked out before. I mean, Bruce Cassidy in Boston was the guy coming up from the AHL to fortify the young players in the roster. Bruce Boudreau, when he was hired by the Capitals, was hired from Hershey to come up and coach the younger players in the roster. In both those cases, it paid off handsomely. But ultimately, the loyalty thing could be a factor of it. But the other factor of it too is that if they do look at this team after November and they do decide this is unsalvageable and that we have to start moving some of these veteran guys on the roster, then you might as well just keep Brunette around because it's a lost season then. You know what I mean? So I think that's anytime a team is on the precipice like Nashville is between trying to make a dramatic move to be relevant this season or trying to raise the white flag, I think that's part of the math is maybe we should just keep this guy around to the end of the season and not pay him and not pay him not to coach.
Greg Wyshynski's on the Jason McJoe show. Greg, I know one game doesn't say a lot about a team through 82 games, but you saw the Preds play the night. Any takeaway from that, or is this one game not a good enough example to see what they're good and bad at and all that goes with it?
Well, the two things are, first of all, they ran into a Rangers team that's really figuring itself out right now, so they kind of caught them at the wrong time. The Rangers have been terrible at home. They're starting to get better at home. All of their underlying numbers were pointing to them being better than they were in the standings. And Nashville just happened to meet them at a time when guys like Alexei Lafreniere and Will Cooley and Artemi Panarin are all starting to put points on the board. So it wasn't the right time to play the Rangers. The other thing, too, is I noticed who wasn't there. In particular, the best defenseman on the team, Roman Josi. I actually talked to him yesterday because his watch company is now the official luxury watch partner of the NHL, which is kind of a cool thing. Both him and Sidney Crosby are investors in this watch company, and now it's like officially the official like luxury watch of the NHL. So I spoke to him about when he's coming back. He says hopefully soon. He thinks things are trending in the right direction, and he doesn't expect it to be too much longer. But also just about how hard it is to be on the sidelines watching this team struggle and hoping to get back in and hoping to make a difference and knowing how hard it's been mentally for his teammates to have to go through basically the same thing 2 straight seasons with the kind of start that they had last year and the kind of start that they had this year.
Yeah, I mean, Yosi's so beloved here in our city, Greg. I mean, that's just something you need him on the ice as much as you can. All right, we got to bring up the white elephant in the room, the UC Saros, the rumors of maybe trading him out of here. I think it was a terrible contract. I think you signed him for way too long, and the results are not there. And now you hear, he may be speculation traded. I think it'd be a great thing for the Predators. What do I know? Right?
First of all, the hardest part of the UC Saros contract is looking over across the country at San Jose and seeing Askarov playing as well as he has, which is kind of be uncomfortable considering that he was the goalie of the future at one point. The good news for Nashville is that of all the things that are malfunctioning, Saros isn't one of them. And so if you think about where his trade value was last season versus what his trade value is now, I would have to say that it's improved. There are certainly teams in this league that could use a dramatic upgrading goal. Looking at the 2-time Western Conference champion Edmonton Oilers is one example. But the other part of it too, though, is that if you are convinced that this could be a shorter turnaround back to contention for Nashville than maybe could be expected if you're Barry Trotz, then you have the goalie that you want. And so finding a goalie in this league is hard. If they're happy with him, you could see a situation where he's the constant while other things on the roster change. But if they're looking to move him, I mean, the good news is that he's showing he's still got it so far this season.
I mean, I feel like Edmonton would be the perfect spot for him. I mean, they're just that to me. That's been what they've missed the last couple of years.
Yeah, and then it becomes a situation of like what is coming back the other way because that was part of the consideration for Connor McDavid when he signed that 2-year extension up there is, what's in the system, what do we have asset wise, what can we do to improve this team, and he only took a 2-year contract because they don't have a lot. I mean, they don't have a robust farm system, they don't have a ton of draft picks and draft capital. So it would also have to be a situation where the Predators are happy with what's coming back the other way, because I think they're definitely dealing from a position of strength with UC Saros. But you're right. I mean, when you think about Edmonton and you think about the Achilles heel for that team, I mean, my God, they covered the Stanley Cup final last year, and they didn't know who their starter was going to be in an elimination game. I mean, that is embarrassing. Then upgrading to someone like Saros would be a pretty obvious move.
What do you think of the next two games, this matchup in Sweden? Pittsburgh third in the Metro right now, and obviously we know where the Predators are. It seems like the Penguins that everybody thought weren't going to be great, at least in the early part of the season, have proven a few folks wrong.
They have. They're running into a little bit of injury trouble right now, so we'll see how they react to that. But they have a new coach, Dan Muse. It's kind of funny. Mike Sullivan went over to the Rangers. Dan Muse, you guys know, came over from the Rangers over to Pittsburgh. At the time, wasn't seen as a real significant hire, but I think he's shown himself to be a pretty good coach so far and getting the depth on that team to play really well. Malkin looked like he found the fountain of youth, I think, or he's in a contract year, which he is. So he's playing out of his mind right now. Crosby's playing good. Erik Karlsson's playing well. They're getting decent goaltending. They've really been one of the bigger surprises, I think, in the league so far, and a bit of a bummer for someone like me because I wanted them to be terrible so we could start manufacturing Sidney Crosby trade rumors. But as long as they're good and in contention, I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
Greg, Chase is going to take a screenshot of the standings where New Jersey is number 1, and we're going to title it "If the Playoffs Started Today." That way you got some hope because your Devils are doing pretty well.
Oh, they look good. They look real good. You know, their offense is churning to the point like it was a couple of years ago where they don't feel like they're ever out of the game, even if, you know, Markstrom gives up a softie or the defense fails. Like they just have so many guys right now that can play the offensive hero. Still a little concerned about them defensively at times. Always worried about the health of Jack Hughes. That guy's, you know, I think Steven Tyler once used the phrase "tap dancing on a landmine." That's how it feels when you watch Jack Hughes play because you're just afraid that kid's going to get hurt and all of a sudden the season's going to get derailed. But you know, they look really good, and I think that as long as the goaltending holds and the young players keep trending, and guys like Dawson Mercer have incredible bounce back seasons, they're a real contender in the East. They've been really impressive so far.
Like a true New Jersey fan, you just can't celebrate for one day, can you? Not just for one day.
That's a Jets fan.
They teach cynicism in kindergarten here in New Jersey. So, I mean, it's not like I don't know where it came from, but you know, you got to remember, boys. There's also the New York Jets of it all, where my sports fandom is caked in cynicism to the point where I'm convinced now that they've declared they're in a rebuild that they'll just keep winning games. Like they're going to obviously beat the Patriots tonight and go on a 3-game heater the minute they decide to rebuild, which is very Jetsy of them.
That's what we talked about at the top of the show. I was like, look, New England should win this game going away, but watch the Jets win. It's a very Jets thing to have happen.
Yeah, when they're going to tank to try to get that kid out of Indiana, the quarterback, but now they'll finish 7-10. It's nonsense.
Yep, there you go. Greg, appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Anytime.
Greg Wyshynski joining us here on the program presented by Old National Bank. Get old as he joins us every Thursday at 2 o'clock. We'll react to some of those things in regards to the Predators. Coming up next, live from Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel, it's Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
it's not often that one of the best goal scorers in NHL history is on track for 14 goals this early in the season. But here we are with Stamkos. The Predators came through New York on Monday. I got a chance to talk to a bunch of them, including Stammer, and I was struck by how many of the veterans are still really hoping to turn this thing around. They have a lot of pride. They're really hopeful that by the end of November, things have changed in a different direction. And then, of course, they go out and lose the way they did to the Rangers. But Stamkos in particular talked about how, he's still hopeful, that he hasn't had a discussion yet with Barry Trotz about his future, and that they're all just, they're trying to ignore the clock ticking in the corner of the room about where these veterans may end up by the trade deadline if things don't turn around.
That was Greg Wyshynski with us just a few minutes ago from ESPN. Chasing Big Joe live at the Omni. Here's the thing with Stamkos, and I know you've heard Robbie say this and others say this. The problem is he doesn't have the setup guy, and he needs the setup guy. For years in Tampa Bay, he had a Kucherov or a Braden Point that could feed him the puck right in his spot, and he'd put it in the back of the net. The Predators don't have a guy like that.
So why do you sign him if you don't have that guy?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I didn't realize how important those guys were truly to him, and that they could Brady Martin turn into that at some point? Maybe, but it will be well after Stamkos is done. You don't have time to wait on that.
So what would happen if they traded a Crosby to Calgary like this?
Yeah.
He doesn't have the guys.
I don't know. I mean, if you play, it's a good question, because if you played in one spot for as long as you have, then I don't know. It's a good question.
Why did Tampa let him go? I'm always curious why teams let a legend go.
Didn't want to pay him. I think they knew what the Predators didn't, and that is he's past his prime, even though he had a 40-goal season.
Ouch.
So I think Tampa, and there are teams around the league that have kind of done what Belichick always did. They could look at a guy and go, he may have a year or two left, but I'm going to go ahead and part ways and not have to pay him for those 2 years.
Would it be a sense of relief if Saros got traded? A lot of consternation on this guy, man.
No, I don't think
the
so.
Contract and everything else.
I mean, no, I don't think, because the contract's going to look better and better as time goes on. I mean, there's already some goalie contracts that have made it look better, but and he is playing well. I mean, he's not the issue right now. So
it's funny how those contracts, because it goes from, well, did he earn that contract? Now is, can he live up to that contract? And that's what you're based upon, is can he do that? I mean, that's a lot of money. So you're paying a guy a lot of money. I don't want to see you get beat 6-1 or 5-2 or whatever it is. I mean, I want to see somebody who's stopping as many things they can, and I don't think that's happened. I got no confidence when this team hits the ice, they're going to win.
No.
Like I asked you Monday night in Florida, I was like, oh, the Preds, my question was like, how bad did the Preds lose? That was my question. It wasn't like, hey, how'd the Preds do? It's
it's how bad they lose.
Yeah, how bad they lose, because it's just the way I feel now. I won this, and I don't like this because I grew up with an expansion team here in Nashville. Then they got I think we took it for granted from 2004 on. They're in the playoffs every year. Then 17, it culminated with a run to the Stanley Cup final. It was like, all right, you guys, and to see it now, it's just like, it mirrors the football team.
Here's the question you have to ask yourself if you're a Preds fan, and really a fan of any team. If you want to go full-on rebuild and trade Saros and just take this, like the Titans need to do, take this thing down to the studs, you can do that. You can 100% do that. They could, go and start that process today if they wanted to. Do you trust them to build it back?
Preds?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I think they got the right people, but even if you have the right people, I thought the Detroit Red Wings had the right people for a long time. They haven't built it back. They haven't sniffed the playoffs.
Okay.
So it's not as easy as you think it is sometimes to take it down to the studs and build it back. I'm with you. I think they're at that point where they need to take several steps back to take even more steps forward, because this, tweaking here and there has just got them in the same spot, and that is middle of the pack. And so they got to take a big swing at it, but and look, anybody that says on the day that they signed Stamkos and Marchessault, anybody that says like, oh man, I hated that when they did it, you're lying. And you're lying. So everybody was excited because they had overachieved and they had made the playoffs, and then Trotz is trying to take big swings and bring in some big names and, some score power, some firepower, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't work. And the Predators are in that position where it didn't work, and so now what do you do?
I mean, they've won 5 games. Why is Calgary so bad? They've won 4 games.
I don't know.
That's the only team lower than the Predators are right now. I'm not doing my point total. I'm going by wins. I like actual wins. And Preds got 5 wins. And it's funny, they're 14 points right now. If you flip like, all right, they've lost 9 games. Well, there's these 3 games they could have won, they should have won. And if you flip that, they're at 20 points. They're in the upper tier of the Central Division. So it just shows you how just small it is, the margin of error is in the National Hockey League. Unfortunately, the National Predators are on the backside of that. Not good, Mike.
Nick. You asked what happened to the Flames. He said they flamed out.
Oh my gosh.
You're all week.
I hope not.
Shut up,
Comedy
Richard.
Key West. Right. They're going to bring you back. Joe, what we got coming up next?
So up next, there's a special event happening next Tuesday at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Actually, outside of the Omni Nashville Hotel for a really good cause. And if you are absolutely terrified of heights, this next segment is for you. And we'll tell you more about that coming up.
You're coming up here on Chasing Big Joe live from the Omni 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Listen, we talk about it all the time. I almost keep hammering home every single day about anxiety and depression. 2 words that can just wreck your life if you let them. And man, sadly, most of us lead lives of quiet desperation, but it does not have to be that way. That's why we are so honored to be partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care, based right here in Middle Tennessee, to get you back on track and living the life you deserve. I tell you all the time, reaching out to someone and talking to someone about what I was going through changed my life. And it was simple. It was easy, and I want the same for you. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show. There, you will see a link for Unity Psychiatric Care. GameNashville.com. You'll see the link and start taking back your life. It's private, it's secure, and it's confidential. I don't need to know you go there. I just need you to go there. I just need you to reach out or call 1-888-508-8002. 1-888-508-8002. And listen up, this is important. You may be the one who notices a loved one isn't doing well, and you could be that person to turn their life around. And just go to GameNashville.com again, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there on the right side is all the information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care. And we love you so much, and help us just around the corner take back your life. And please know this, you don't have to go through any of this alone.
Chase and Big Joe live at the Omni Nashville Hotel here at Bar Lines. By the way, Titans note to pass along. C.J. Stroud, the Texans quarterback, has been ruled out for Sunday's game against the Titans. Davis Mills will start again. So still out with a concussion. Something to pay attention to, JoJo.
It is. So next Tuesday at the Omni Nashville Hotel is the 2025 Music City Drop. You're going to rappel down the side of the Omni Nashville Hotel for a really good cause. With that, let's bring in Adam Lowy. He is Executive Director of MoveForHunger.com. Adam, thank you for doing this. How are we today?
Thanks for having me. So excited to be here.
How are all right, we got to be crazy, right, to do this. I've done it before, and I'm scared of heights, and I'm telling you, Adam, rappelling down the side of a big building was fantastic, and the fact that you're doing it for a good cause is even better. Tell me about your cause and why we're doing this.
So Move for Hunger is a national nonprofit organization, and we were working to put a spotlight on the fact that 47 million Americans are struggling with hunger, and that includes 1 in 5 children in Tennessee. So we have more than 50 people that are as crazy as you and me that are going to be rappelling down the side of the Omni Hotel, 20 stories. They've been raising money for the past few months, have helped us collect enough to provide over 600,000 meals to folks all across the country. And we're also going to be making a huge impact in Nashville as well.
Adam, I think there's a lot of things in the world that go on, that happen, and people do this and that. Excuse me. But I think people have the right to eat. I truly believe people have the right to eat. And the fact that I'm seeing this, that these kids in our backyard go to bed hungry every night, that's not good, Adam. And I'm so grateful that you're doing this to let people know that there are people that care out there, and you're doing this. And I got to think you've seen some really bad things, but at the same time, Adam, I think you've seen some really heartwarming things where people come together like this to raise money to feed people.
Absolutely. It's about bringing people together and making it easy to take action. Move for Hunger was founded on that. And today, we are collecting and distributing millions of pounds of food to our nation's food banks. You just saw the government shutdown ended today, which is great, but there were people hungry before the shutdown. This event was obviously planned before the shutdown started. And it's really important that we keep hunger in the news, because little patchwork solutions aren't going to put food on the table for the families that are struggling. We're really excited to use this as an opportunity to talk about food insecurity more in this country. And for those 50 folks that are rappelling down the Omni, when they get to the bottom, we're going to be packing 1,000 meal kits for the local food bank here in town. And we've got Rice Krispies Treats donating an entire trailer load of Rice Krispies Treats snacks to be able to make this holiday a little bit sweeter for kids in the community.
Quick question. Where's that trailer of Rice Krispie Treats be parked Monday night? Any idea?
Right? You know what? That is confidential information.
As it should be. The website is moveforhunger.org. Next Tuesday, the 18th, we're going to rappel down the side of the Omni to raise awareness about hunger and food waste. And I love this because people are like, you don't need to do all that. I'm telling you, it's great. Why did you like this idea to raise awareness for hunger?
You know what? Every once in a while, we try to do something crazy. A couple years ago, we broke a Guinness World Record and toppled 13,000 cereal boxes like Domino's with the Pistons. And we're figuring, how can we one-up that? Nashville has always been a community where we've been working a lot in and want to do more in. In fact, we've already provided over 1 million meals to struggling families across Tennessee. And after meeting the folks at the Omni and just thinking about the dates, we're like, this feels fun. This feels, especially at a time when everything feels stressful for so many, let's bring some fun into this. And the fact that we've been able to raise so much money already is very meaningful.
And can people still sign up? Again, we're talking to Adam Lowy. He's the Executive Director of MoveForHunger.com. Can people still sign up to do this?
You can sign up. You can, at this point, you can kind of sponsor a person to sign up at moveforhunger.org/Music City Drop. The fundraising commitment is to raise $2,500. So if you've got a company that wants to sponsor somebody to do it, you can do that. Or you can visit moveforhunger.org/drop and make a donation. Every $25 you donate will help us provide another 100 meals.
That is beautiful. Adam, thank you for this. I will see you. I guess there's an event Monday night. We're going to hang out. And then Tuesday's the big day, and I'm praying for good weather. And, man, God bless you for what you're doing, because You're making a difference in the world, and we need more people like you, Adam. So thank you. We will see you Tuesday. Again, the website, moveforhunger.org. Adam, I'm excited. I'll do it Tuesday, man, and we'll see you then.
We'll see you then. Looking forward to it.
All right, Adam Lowy, the executive director of moveforhunger.com. It really bugs me that people go to bed at night hungry. I think everybody deserves a right to eat, and Adam's doing a long way to feed those people in our world. So next Tuesday here at the Omni, again, moveforhunger.org. All the information. What an absolutely worthy cause for this.
Yes, indeed, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Are you doing it?
No. Nope. Sorry. I look.
That's
it's a great cause. I love it, but I am no.
I did it. I've done it twice. The first time I did it at the First Tennessee building. It was quite an adventure. Next time, I told you, I got shamed into repelling by the Chick-fil-A cow. Guy shows up, Chick-fil-A cow hooks up, and he's heckling me. He's like, "You're going to let a cow beat you down?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." So I stood on the ledge for 55 minutes. Then finally said, "What am I doing?" I went down. Had no problem at all. Went right down. And I got taunted by the Chick-fil-A cow. That's why I don't eat Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Because that damn cow taunted me going, and that is an absolutely true story.
I believe
that happened.
It was his pleasure, Joe.
Boo. But I did it, and I'm deathly afraid of heights. And the guy that was teaching me is a guy that goes in after bad storms, and he cuts down branches with a chainsaw. And he's flying back and forth on the top of the Omni. He's like, "Come on, man, I got you." I'm like, "What if I fall?" He's like, "Then you fall." And he goes, "I'm telling you, you're not going to fall." And he's swinging back and forth. I'm like, "Good Lord." And so, but thank you, Chick-fil-A cow.
Wait, his answer was, "Then you fall."
Yeah. He was like, "It's such a ludicrous question." I goes, "I get it, but you're not going to fall."
It's like in Rocky IV. If he dies,
he does, right? But it was fine. It was perfect. And it's something I'll never forget because I conquered a fear of heights doing that.
Well, you did.
Thank you.
I'm not going to, but you did.
Not yet. You'll be there.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me, man. But it'll be fun nonetheless. Chasing Big Joe live today at the Omni. And Dustin in Hopkinsville is glad we're doing that. So, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. But anyway, Davis Mills back in for the Texans, which I think he's been good against the Titans. So I don't know if that really changes a whole lot when it comes to the preparation for this game.
Yeah, he's
Probably
been pretty
not.
good. Anytime you drop that Vrabel sound makes me just cry, and I love that.
Oh, it's a good one. So,
hey,
good job.
Dr. Crane, do the Titans have a good shot at winning on Sunday?
Probably not.
You're the best, man. The
That was
best.
so good. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays. Live at Bar Lines at the Omni, it's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday. We're off tomorrow because the Predators will be playing. And then just to keep you updated on the Chase and Big Joe World Tour, Monday we're at Circus Sports in Kentucky. They're at Kentucky Downs. Tuesday we'll be at the Germantown Pub. Wednesday we're finally back in studio for the first time in I think a month.
Put that back in my GPS. Not sure where that is.
Thursday we're here, and then Friday next week we are at the Side Piece. So
it's down here, right?
There. Yeah,
downtown.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. Bouncing around, but I'll be around tomorrow in studio, making sure everything goes well with the Preds. But with that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right. First on this, we have Actors Day today. So shout out to the actors. Guinness World Records Day is today. So set a record for longest time in a building. I don't know. International Tempranillo Day is today. That's a type of wine.
Right.
I'm sorry. What were you saying there, Chase? Go ahead.
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. National Bread Pudding Day is today. Delicious. There we go. National Moms and Dads Day. Shout out to the parents. Sadie Hawkins Day is today. Joe's favorite.
Oh, Sadie. You know what that is, Sadie Hawkins, Nick?
It wasn't like the whole Dance Maroon thing.
There you go, buddy.
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
The girl asked the guy.
Nick would be like, you two kids 5 feet from each other when you dance.
Hey, space for Jesus. Give it a little bubble.
That's right. I was just about to say that. Did you ever hear that?
No, I've never heard that.
No, so us private school kids know, like, when you would dance, they'd be like, hey, leave room for Jesus.
Oh, that's great.
And the Holy Spirit. You better know that.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yep.
Symphonic Metal Day is today. World Kindness Day, World Quality Day, World Usability Day, and last but not least, delicious here, National Indian Pudding Day.
Nice.
What's the difference between Indian pudding and bread pudding?
Bread pudding is more of a thicker substance, and bread pudding is an actual, like, it's made in the oven. Like, you put it in the oven, it bakes. Indian pudding is more of a soupier texture.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Time for celebrity birthdays. Got to get these within 2. Our first birthday, Chase, you go first. The great actor Joe Mantegna. How old is Joe? Not Joe Montana. Joe Mantegna.
Fat Tony.
Fat Tony, yeah.
74.
73.
78. Dr. Crane, you go. Whoopi Goldberg.
73.
75.
70.
Dang.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Who's first?
You.
58.
46.
58 exactly. Dr. Crane, your turn now. Actor Gerard Butler.
52.
48.
56. Chase, you get to go now. Actor Chris Noth from Law and Order, referred to as Mr. Big in Sex and the City.
63.
64.
71. Dr. Crane, you get to go now. Actor Rex Lynn, that is Reba's fiance, was in CSI Miami.
Yeah.
Patriot Gang, or Clear and Present Danger, was in Cliffhanger with Stallone.
64.
Better Call Saul. How old?
64.
68.
69.
Nice.
Chase, you're up 3-0.
4364 wants to know if you ever got invited to a Sadie Hawkins dance.
I never have.
Okay.
No.
That's all right.
Didn't I get invited to very little things.
Sounds about right.
That's what she said. Chase, you go actor Steve Zahn, he was in Happy Texas and That Thing You Do.
47.
48.
58. Dr. Crane, trumpeter Walter Kibbe of Fishbone. Very talented young man. How old is he?
Love Walt. I think he's probably 69.
He's no Walt Wells.
Not indeed.
71.
61. Chase, you get to go now. Bass player Nikolai Fraiture of the Strokes. Nikolai Fraiture of the Strokes.
46.
44.
47. Chase up 4-0. Boy, we got a lot of non-birthdays today. Our last birthday. How old? Chase up. Sorry, Dick, you don't win. And Dick, you might be shut out today, man. How old is Chase, you go first. How old is former University of Miami Heisman Trophy winner, quarterback of the New England Patriots and New York Jets, Vinny Testaverde, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
God, he played forever too. 64.
58.
How old?
58.
62. Chaser wins 5. He Greg Maddoxed you today, man. 5-0. You got a couple of base hits here and there, but you did nothing else.
Got bad luck. I got bad luck in the studio, I think. Key West was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, because you had your shirt off and your captain's hat on. That's why.
Hey, you brought your Key West football hat.
I did. I'm going to wear that every day like I did my Lawson football, baseball hat and the Lebanon football
We should
hat.
see if Rand Carthon will autograph it.
Oh,
for
we
you.
should if he's awake. He could do that.
If he talked to us.
If he talked to us.
After all,
we brought up Rand Carthon's from Key West. We brought up about living in Key West. He was great.
Yeah.
The time we had Rand Carthon on the show, it was fun. It was great. He had a good time. And we should come back anytime. He's like, yeah, we'll do that. And he hangs the phone up and never heard back from him.
Yeah. At least he didn't say probably not.
or slam the phone down like the one time we interviewed the race car guy, Alan Bestwick. We're like, hey, Alan, thanks. And he went to slam the phone down and missed. It was a speakerphone, I think. And he hit it so hard that all these like beep, 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 beep. And then he slammed it again. We're like, oh, my gosh. He had better things to do than being on us today. So that was fun.
I'm trying to get a question. Well, then ask the question. No, I'm just saying, like, you look ridiculous.
Is that the same day he said, you suck, I suck, we all suck, fire him, get rid of him?
Maybe. I did want to mention this as we say goodbye. You know, I'm a big wrestling fan. 20 years ago today, one of the greatest of all time, Eddie Guerrero, passed away. And was a big shock at the time in the wrestling industry because he was 38 years old. We're the same age.
What happened to him?
And I don't remember exactly what it was, but I mean, he had substance abuse problems and stuff in his time, but he was in a really good place and one of the best in the company, and it was just a shock in the wrestling world. But hard to believe it has been 20 years since we lost Eddie Guerrero. So
time slows down for no man.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
That was his.
Oh yeah, he had the best where he would, like, the referee would be down or distracted or something, and he'd get a chair, and if he saw the ref was about to turn around, he'd make it slam, throw the chair to his opponent, and lay down like the opponent hit him.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. Huh? What's going on here?
It was the best.
Who's the most popular wrestling ref of all time?
Wrestling ref?
Tommy Russell.
Yeah, I mean, Earl Hebner probably was good.
I just laugh because a wrestling ref.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so funny. Was it Tommy Russell the one that was here, or Tommy Sloan?
Tommy, I don't know.
I don't remember which one it was. But
Teddy Long was one, but he was also a manager. I mean, usually refs are guys that just can't make it as a wrestler,
right?
So they become refs. That way they can take the bumps and stuff. But
there was Lance Russell, Tommy Sloan.
Yeah, Lance Russell. Yeah.
Lance was the announcer, and then I think it was Tommy Sloan, right?
Well, we're gonna have Jeff Jarrett on with us in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
He'll know.
The guy is so popular. I mean, it's so funny how popular wrestling is today.
Yep.
These guys are and you see it on their social medias. I'm followed by 9.7 million people. I'm like, good Lord.
Yep. That is going to do it for us. Thanks to the Omni for having us again. No show tomorrow because of Predators coverage. So we'll be back at it Monday from Circa Sports.
We always talk about great things in our world. We always talk about God winks. Chase and I had a God wink in Key West. There was a guy came up to us and said, hey, I know you. And he goes, I listen to your show and your mental health message every day. And if one person takes our message and turns their life around, we did our job. We tell you all the time how just wonderful you are, how great you are, and that we need you here. And your journey, although sometimes it's a rocky road, is a beautiful journey. You know why? It's your journey. We can't celebrate our success unless we celebrate your success. So we need you here, right? We love you guys so much. There's help available. Go to the website, thegamenatural.com. Click on the Chase and Big Joe Show. You'll see the link for Unity Psychiatric Care. Reach out to us anytime. Talk to us. Please know that we love you. And more importantly, more than anything else in this world, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD next here on 102.5 The Game.